Pisces, welcome back to Steampunk Psyche. I want to say thank you if you are a subscriber. If you are brand new to the channel, I am JT. If you are cross-watching, come in, hit that thumbnail, okay? Check out the last videos I just put out. I've got 2026 kind of predictions, and anyway, find your person, find your sign, check it out, let me know. Like, subscribe, okay? All right, Pisces, we are going to get into this reading. It will just be a general reading, so they're just energies. Take what fits. You know, don't try to force anything. And I'll show you some really crazy shuffling there. Here you go. I've already pre-shuffled, but I thought I'd give you a show there. Show off my talents. Pisces, I hope you are making some intentions for this year. Setting some personal goals. I hope that you're not hard on yourself if you aren't able to reach those goals, to use patience. I know that I'm a Pisces, and I know that for myself, I can get really down on myself, you know, but this year I am setting the intention to try to maintain a positive outlook on that, you know. If I fall short, as long as I'm giving it my best while I'm doing that, you know what I mean? So there's no failure involved, right? Okay, you can fast forward if you need to. I apologize about those top cards catching that light right there. It's just, you know, in my little man cave studio here, if I put too much light, they all light up and won't be able to see any of them. But I will go over the cards, you know, with you, so hang in there. Anyway, Pisces, it is 2026. 10, portal, 10, brand new, good number. Okay, Pisces, let's take a look at your personal energy right now, okay? We have the Queen of Pentacles. Okay? This could apply to a feminine energy. It does not have to, but it could. So as your personal energy, you could feel pretty grounded right now. You got some ideas about 2026. You got some ideas about your future. You got some ideas about your stability. Kind of feeling a little grounded in that idea, that, you know, that stance. So it's a good place to start. We're going to look at your crossing energy, okay? Your crossing energy appears to be, if I could get it to show up, it's not wanting to show up here, but the Nine of Wands, okay? So you've been to the pony show. You've been through some battles. You have some battle scars. Right? We all have lots of things, you know, that we look back on and we go, wow. The question is, I think, though, did we learn from it? I feel like that's the case for me. I'm no longer going to look at things as mistakes. I think that's a shitty word. I'm just going to go ahead and say that. I don't believe in mistakes anymore. I believe there were just things that didn't work out the way I thought, right? You know, and so I'm no longer personally going to hold that against myself, you know. As long as I'm not repeating those same things over and over again, as long as I find that out, I feel like I can move on. I'll be okay, you know. All right, so Pisces, there's a little bit of guardedness there in your crossing challenge, some things that may be overlooked. But we're going to take a look at the rest of the layout here and see where we're going. So this first column, we're going to find out what's underneath the hood of Pisces, okay? We got the Queen of Wands energy, all right? So the Queen of Wands. In the underlying, which would be in the emotional side, maybe some shadow side, I feel like lying underneath this is your energy or an energy that you're around. You could be a mother. Doesn't have to be that case, but a motherly, sensitive kind of a energy. A person who likes to help. A person who is emotionally capable of delivering a message. A well-spoken type person. Not to mention, you could be sexy as hell. And the Queen of Wands has that natural beauty about her. You know, just being around her makes you feel good. So you could be a type of person that attracts a lot of people, just kind of, you know, vampiring your energy a lot. Okay, like I said, just take what take what applies. You could be a real ass, a real ass. You know what I'm saying? But I hope not. So we are Pisces though, and we're lovable people. So also in your present energy seems to be this Ten of Pentacles energy. Okay, um, it's that stability. It is that home life, sense of security, surrounded by a community of some type. This could apply to lots of different situations. Financial wise, it could be you're involved in, let's say, a law firm, or it could go as far as saying like um, a legacy maybe handed down to you or something, or you're taking over like a family business, a corporation, or a LLC, whatever that is, or starting your own business and secure in that business. Okay, so it has lots of different ideas placed to it, but it could also be relationship wise and the emotional side that you enjoy and that you try to impress upon the energy of stability and a community type energy. Okay. All right. So also underlying we have the Hermit. Okay. Some introspection here going on. Uh, it could talk about you physically, that you kind of had to draw back your energy to kind of take a look at some things lying underneath, or the Hermit's there to remind you to to do such. We could be talking about the energy of Virgo as well. Okay, with the Hermit, maybe in your timeline, or somebody you surround yourself with or have in the past. Okay, this next row right here, we're going to take a look at the recent past. Okay, so in the recent past, we had the Four of Pentacles. Okay, the Four of Pentacles talks about maybe holding on to some of that energy, and it makes sense as to why. Because you're a Pisces, damn it. Because you're a lover, because your emotions mean so much to you. You value them. You value truth. You value honesty. And perhaps somebody in the past, or some situation in the past kind of broke that honorable trait that you have, We are the 12th sign in the house. We have been all the way around, okay? We share past life energies, and we share different situations and things. So we're very astute, very aware, and very emotional, right? So this holding on to something makes sense as to why. Um, However, it also talks about moving out and away from materialism, greed. Um, that type of thing does not chime with the Pisces, right? Excuse me. I have been dealing with a cold allergy, stupid thing, and it needs to go away. So I'm wishing it away. All right. So the next card coming up in the recent past, the Ace of Pentacles. So somewhere in that mix of 2025 moved into 2026, there was some kind of an offering of some kind. This could have been an offering of coin, actual money. It could have been, somebody passed down some money, from that legacy, from that, business or whatever it was, or you came across some money. You could also talk about a brand new idea, okay? The garden in the gate kind of. It's almost a aha. It's like the divine doors opened up and said, hey, did you consider this? Check this out. And where did that come from? Well, we know where it comes from, but like I said, it's one of them things where somewhere along the line you had an aha, and there was some kind of a moment that changed your perception on something, okay? And whether that's finances or relationship, we're going to find out along the way. So the next card in that recent past, the Five of Wands, okay? So the Five of Wands is usually referred to as this chaos type card, right? You see them all dancing around their pretty outfits there, and tapping their wands up there. My wand's bigger than your wand. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, ego, ego involved. Can also talk about the emotional turmoil going on there. Past traumatic wounds, something that's triggered that. Third party situation, being involved in a relationship that causes some kind of friction. It could be anything from being at work, and you've got people around you that are causing trouble. Trouble with the finances, and it's got you in your head emotionally. So there's all kinds of scenarios. You'll just have to, like I said, apply where that may fit. I can't actually tell you specifically because it could be so many different things. So let's just apply the energy where it fits. Okay. We're going to move on to this next row right here. We are going to take a look at the possibilities for Pisces. Pisces is showing up here with the Hanged Man, okay? It's associated with Pisces. So usually when the card shows up, that is the archetype. The moon represents the archetype also as Pisces. But so there's a deep introspection, okay, in the possibilities here. You're going to need to check something out. Really take a look. Really take a look at your surroundings. I say that because the star car showed up. Okay. Now, we could be talking about another Aquarian, another water sign here, perhaps. We don't have to be, but we could be. But it's definitely that keeping balanced, remaining balanced, the chakra centers, you know. Um, it's maintaining your balance between the spiritual side and the water there, okay, and honoring that, and honoring the stability side as well. So it's trying to get that balance between both the spiritual side and then the balance on your earthly side, okay? Um, and it's interesting that the Hanged Man, then the Star card shows up, right? So both of them are really in the near or in the possibilities of this situation surrounding Pisces are these um, clarifying cards saying, "Hey, let's just make sure that we just stay balanced." You know, just I mean, I know that sounds generic, but really that's the concept, to stay balanced in whatever it is. Okay. Now the next card to show up was the Seven of Pentacles. You're working on something, right? That's why. And you need that Queen of Wands energy. You need that Ten of Pentacles, okay, to maintain. The Seven is kind of a visionary card as well. It's kind of like, you know, I have these ideas. You have the Hangman. You went into deep introspection, and and the Star card to find balance, because you could be thinking about another investment of some kind. This could be a relationship. This could be a life-altering move that you're about to make, right? Okay, I said that because if you look here, the next row talks about the near future, and we have the Wheel of Fortune, okay? We could be talking about the fixed signs, Aquarius, Scorpio, Leo, and Taurus as well. We don't have to be, but we could be. The Wheel of Fortune talks about those cycles, those changes, the rising and the falling, the pendulum swinging up and down, you know, taking the good when it comes and embracing it, and also accepting the times that are not so shiny, right? You had the Star card there, and that's what that's for. But it's understanding that balance between knowing that everything is a cycle, everything's changing. And I feel like in this, you know, near future situation, you're about to have another life-altering, life-changing event. Now that when somebody says it like that, it's like, holy crap, I don't need any more, you know. That doesn't mean it has to be negative, right? And it really is a choice. It is the way you look at it, the way you approach it. And I feel like that is what the Hanged Man and the Star card is there to show you. It's that balancing that spiritual side will kind of give you the bumper of bouncing back and forth between, I didn't necessarily like that so much, or that was the best thing that ever happened to me, right? So there you go. Okay, so the next card to come out was the Eight of Cups, okay? The Eight of Cups. So it is that 2026 resolution that I'm no longer going to accept that which is not emotionally fulfilling for me. I'm going to walk away from it. And that's my life a mission now. That's my mantra. That doesn't mean I have to be cruel, rude, and an asshole to people. Doesn't. They can be however they want to be. But if you're not emotionally on my level anymore, you know, why am I going to waste my time? Life is so precious and so valuable to us. We don't need to waste our time trying to give out to people who can't reciprocate, right? Okay, so the next card in the near future, the Ten of Wands. Now, the Ten of Wands could be looked at as I'm overburdened, you know, I'm overworked, underpaid, my job sucks, blah, 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 but we're not going to do that in 2026, damn it, we're just not. This also represents boundaries, okay? What about those? You know, boundaries means I have a wall up. I put my guard up. I'm no longer, like I said, it just followed the Eight of Cups. So that's why I'm giving it to you this way. It means I have boundaries, and I'm not going to allow that stuff into my life anymore. I'm not going to make a conscious choice to involve myself where there's a situation where my boundaries are tested. Oh yeah. Okay, we're going to move on, all right? We're going to take a look at yourself. Pisces, how are you showing up in this? How are you showing up in this, Pisces? 2026, a brand new year. You know, a brand new life. The cycle changes. You know, the Wheel of Fortune, good luck. You know, we've got this offering, divine offering that took place. What's coming down the pike here in the possibilities in the self? How is Pisces showing up? The Strength card. We could be referring to Leo in your energy here. But compassion, strength, right? Compassion and strength, patience. That's how we're showing up. Very patient, letting it come at us, you know? At least that's the way I'm going to take that energy, because that's what the card talks about. Now, it could be situational ship. It could be situational, that you're going to need some strength at a particular, for instance, but we're going to keep rocking so we know what, hey, camera, come on now. Be nice. Show my beautiful face. There we go. Okay, so we're going to move on now from the self, and we're going to check out Pisces and your environment. Woo! Hello. Whatever it is, Pisces, is coming in quick. It's on fire, okay? The Eight of Wands. Communication. You're going to get a text. You're going to get a call. Flaming arrow with a note tied to it. Pigeon with a scroll. Canine with the, you know, the old barrel. You don't remember that? That's an old cartoon. You probably don't remember that. But anyway, you know, you're gonna receive something. This could be some good news, okay? This could be some news that you may not enjoy. But remember the pendulum, right? Remember the cycles, the changing. Remember that your challenge, right? Right? Look, it's no big deal. Whatever news comes in, grain of salt, baby. Grain of salt. Okay, we're going to keep on moving. I'm hoping it's good news for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping that's what the case is. All right, Pisces, we're going to take a look now at the hopes, the fears, the wishes, and the worries. The hopes, the fears, the wishes, and worries for Pisces. And this full moon needs to go, or the moon needs to go ahead and go full. Get out of that waning stage. Here we go. Whoop. Yeah, love it. You're about to do some celebrating. Celebrate good times. Come on. I like that song. I'm going to do it. Look, it's an oldie but a goodie. All right, somebody's celebrating you or you're celebrating. There is some energy in you that is like, okay, that's what it is. I'm happy about it. That's why. I'm a Pisces, right? I got to be happy. I'm going to celebrate that. Why wouldn't I? Celebration. Okay, check it out. There could also be a situation. Look at the little person right there in the corner. I don't know if you can see it or not, but he's kind of staring up at the writer, okay? Maybe a hint of jealous. People around you going, you're changed. You're different. You ain't the same. Nope, I'm not. I'm not the same. I'm not that same person that let you take advantage of me. I'm not that same person that you could talk shit to. I'm not that same person you could push around, use, abuse, suck out all my energy, and then not plug me in. Just let my battery drain down, all because I'm a Pisces, all because I'm a person that loves and gives, right? But there's a celebration taking place, okay? And it could be internal. I think I see with this, I think I see with the Nine of Wands right there. Yeah, you've been there. You done that, right? Learn my lesson. There's an old saying, you know, fool me once. Yeah, I don't even need to go any further with that one, do I? Here we go. All right, now we're going to take a look right now at the outcome and the direction for Pisces. Oh my goodness, don't you come on out of there. Let's see what it is. Chicka wow wow. We got an offering coming in, okay? Knight of Cups, baby. Knight of Cups. Definitely some kind of a romantic gesture. It could be an emotional inspiration as well. You know, the Knight of Cups has that emotional clarity, but I'm leaning towards situationship. I'm going to clarify that Knight of Cups, okay? Just to be sure, we want to know what the Knight of Cups represents. If you're looking for love, if you're looking for this new investment, this new offering, whatever it is, the Knight comes in. Here's the kicker about the Knight, okay? He doesn't always think things through all the way. He's such a hurry. He leads with his emotions, right? Like me, I lead with my sexual energies. I don't mean to. I come across very strong and verbose sometimes, but it's just when I see something I like, it's like, ugh. And, you know, sometimes my non-existent switch never gets turned off, you know? So maybe that might be the energy there, but somebody may be approaching you that very same way, which is why, you know, you had the Eight of Wands there. Something coming in quick. Check it out. Watch it. I'm going to clarify that Knight of Cups, though, okay? Let you watch here, so let me see. Here we go. What is this Knight of Cups about, Pisces? Clarification on the Knight of Cups for Pisces. What is this about, and what are we referring to here? Ooh, where'd you go? That's what I was talking about. Some emotional situation, right? Normally, here we go. Normally, the Six of Swords is this moving out of choppy water and into calmer water, okay? So it could be referring to this Knight of Cups offering that resolves some emotional clarity. Remember that in your recent past, you had a little bit of chaos with the Five of Wands, a little bit of Four of Pentacles, holding on to something. So this could be an exchange or an offering that involves some emotional clarity, okay? That card could be used and referred to in a lot of different ways. It just depends on how it sits in the cards. Pisces 2026. Thumb up. Would you? Could you thumb it up if you liked it? I think it's a damn good reading. I'm just going to say that. I really do. 2026 is looking really good. I love you. I appreciate you for being here. I hope you come back. Like I said, if you like the video, share it. Check out the other videos that are coming up here. And we'll see you on the next reading, all right?